Alright, looks like we're streaming. Arrival option. So off we go. I just hit the button to clear off the windshield because the camera didn't seem to mind, but I wanted you guys to be able to see what's going on. Alright, that was way too much hesitation for literally nobody coming. That's kind of disappointing. Interesting choice. Alright, we got a car coming from the left here. Is it going to go for it? It's kind of creeping out. I thought about it and then it decided not to. Alright, so we're in standard mode. Car's only going like 68 in the 70s so far. It doesn't seem to be too eager to get left. But I would expect that because we're getting off in like 2 exits. Man, looks like I gotta clean that camera lens too. A little blurry back there. Alright, so we're getting off of this exit here, and sometimes it does this weird thing where it goes into my Cybertruck. Depending on like what exact destination you put in the navigation and who else is in front of you. Sometimes it tries to use this middle lane here, which is a left turn lane. We'll see what it decides to do. It looks like it's getting over. Sweet. Good. And it is kind of tricky to get over. We have to go across both of these lanes here and then into the third left turn lane. So you kind of have to like turn your right signal on, then left signal to get across the lanes, and it did that pretty good. Signal on, then left signal to get across the lanes, and it did that pretty good. I mean, there's not a lot of cars around, but lost my attention monitoring. I don't know if it was the hat or what. It just said, please pay attention to the road. I would not turn here. This is somebody's driveway. I'm probably not gonna let it do this. Yeah, that's not good. I don't want to turn around some random person's driveway. It's kind of inconsiderate. Okay. So that's one intervention so far, mostly because I changed the route all of a sudden and it wanted to find the easiest spot to turn around in, and it looked like the map data was showing that driveway as a drivable street, so I don't know. Like, yeah, you can technically turn around there, but that was somebody's driveway. And not only that, I think, did it have a gate and it was just open? I wonder what it would have done if there was a gate closed there. All right, we got a couple cars coming from our left here, and then one car that's turning left in front of us. We're creeping out here. We got a truck and then a little bit of space before the next car. It looks like this car is going to go for it. Nope, he's waiting on it, and so are we. Now would be the time to go. Yep. Let's try out Mad Max mode, huh? Damn. It's cruising. It was definitely not this eager to get up to 83 miles an hour in the past. It's nice that it still gets over though. Yeah, so far Mad Max definitely feels like it wants to be somewhere. You passed somebody on the right that wasn't going fast enough for it. This is pretty human-like. I don't know. This feels pretty human. My mirrors are a little off. I don't know how that happened. I swear the sync doesn't different. Alright, we tried Mad Max. Let's try Hurry, I guess. It did slow down a tiny bit when I changed it to Hurry. Tiny bit, like 1 or 2 miles an hour, it felt like. Very subtle. I like how even in hurry mode, it's not just automatically trying to get into the left lane all the time. That was definitely a bit of an issue in 13. It just always wanted to be in the left lane in hurry. Oh, so I guess now the way to switch between these profiles is different too, huh? I just scroll up or down, so now that whole nudging left or right is not going to be as confusing anymore. It used to be like you had to nudge left to go to the right lane. That always kind of threw me for a loop. Just scrolling up will be a lot better probably. Wondering, is it still the case that you can't use traffic aware cruise control or autopilot? I guess I can't check right now because we're moving. Please pay attention to the road. So far, version 14 is feeling pretty smooth, pretty confident. But I don't feel like I've gotten into any situations that would really put it to the test as far as like quote unquote sentience. I feel like everything it's done so far it could have done in 13 so far. There were just little quirks about how it did it in the last version that weren't always ideal, but they weren't like unsafe either. So we're coming up on this roundabout, but this is, I think the way I have it going, it's not really going to go through the roundabout. It's just going to take like a protected right. So we'll have to reroute through this roundabout to test again. 13 was pretty good with roundabouts though, so especially at night like this when there's not many people around, I don't know if we're going to see a huge difference in how it behaves in roundabouts. Okay, I'm going to switch to standard because 50 and a 35 is a little high. Huh. It almost didn't do a NHTSA stop there. Like I'm pretty sure the speedometer got to 0, but it didn't feel like it actually came to a complete stop. Like not enough for the wheels to lock, but enough to come to 0, if that makes sense. Like it almost rounded down. We might have been going like 0.05 miles an hour or something, or maybe like, I don't know, 0.25. All right, so I've got it set to parking lot here, so I guess it's just gonna find a spot to park. I guess it doesn't like anything it's found so far. I'm gonna try my best not to put my foot near the pedal in case anybody says I'm like doing anything weird. I don't know if you can even see down there, but occasionally there might be some light that shines on the footwell. Oh, okay, I guess it's gonna back in here. That's good, I like backing in. It's a little hugging the line, so it's gonna go up a little bit and then reverse again. All right, so it needed like 2 maneuvers to get in this spot. It's not the worst thing ever. Cool. All right, so let's go somewhere where we have to go back through the roundabout. What else should I test? Obviously, we can't do Costco Madness right now. It's closed. Yeah, we'll just go through the roundabout for now and then find out what to do next. Shout out to the 4 listeners or watchers, listeners. Shout out to the 4 people watching on YouTube. Leave a message in the chat. I can glance down and answer any questions you guys have. Or just say hello. And we're down to 2 watchers on YouTube now. See what happens when I try to keep people engaged. Can't tell people what to do, man. Alright, coming up on the roundabout. And we're just going straight through it, so nothing super fancy here. Again, I don't really expect anything crazy because FSD 13 was able to do roundabouts pretty well. Even 12 was able to do roundabouts pretty well. Alright, so, okay, that was good. It kind of hesitated to figure out if that car, well, I guess you might not have seen it, but there was a car in the roundabout to our left, and it kind of hesitated for a second to see if it had time to get in ahead of it, or if it was going to exit to where we were coming out of, and it ended up exiting to where we were coming out of. So as soon as I, as a human, was able to determine that, it also kind of seemed like it was made that realization and went ahead. So I've got this set to parking lot. Let's try curbside for this one. Let's see what it does. I have it bring us to this pizza place, Bada Pizza. It's like literally right here on the left, so. Yeah, that would be a pretty good curbside location right here. And it's done. Cool. So just start self-driving and go to our next destination. Wow, that's a pretty cool taste of robotaxi right there. Seeing the curbside drop off. Like, it's gonna be that simple. You're just gonna arrive at your destination. Someone else is gonna get in, hit that start driving button, and it's just gonna take them to wherever they want to be. Crazy. Well, I kind of thought it was going to hesitate there. There's a car coming from the left, but it's pretty far down. It definitely had plenty of time, but it was like Kind of inching out, trying to figure out if it could do it. Okay, here's the roundabout again. Oh, that was weird. It kind of like veered left a little bit, and then it realized that there's this right turn lane, and then went back into that lane. It wasn't bad. It was just like it was trying to figure something out. Oh no, the chat messages don't show up? I see the one you just posted, Heike. Maybe you're just the first one. Or maybe it's YouTube that's not working. I don't know. YouTube seems to not like me today. Once I pass this truck, maybe we'll see what chill mode is like now. I'm almost afraid to try sloth, because driving too slow in Florida is almost like a death wish. Okay, scroll down into chill. It definitely slowed down a little bit right as I moved it into chill, and then immediately started getting over to the right lane. So chill seems to be doing like exactly the speed limit, maybe 1 or 2 over. 72 and a 70. We're coming up on a truck with its hazard lights on, so probably going to decide to go around it here. I guess we'll see. Oh, the truck decided to turn off its hazard lights. I guess he's no longer a hazard. I mean, it's kind of like confusing to drive around with your hazard lights on if you're driving, right? And you're not like super, super slow, because then what happens if you need to get over into the other lane? And you want to use your turn signal. Now you don't have a turn signal. It's one thing that bothers me here in Florida when it starts raining really, really hard. A lot of people who don't like to drive in the rain will just drive really, really slow and put their hazard lights on. Which I get it, but if, I don't know, maybe pull over too. I'll just, I don't know. That's a polarizing topic.